Maniacs, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to the King Cain Way TV. It's me, King Cain, and I'm here today to give you all a review over Basketball Wives Season 9, Episode 2, okay? So let's get right on into it. This episode opens up talking about COVID, how it's just getting real, how the girls are scared, and Evelyn's stepfather, he's caught COVID, and all the girls are on quarantine, and they're with their families, and they're doing the social distancing, and you know, the homeschooling and such. So we get a sneak and a peek at all of the women's lives and what they have going on. I love the Black Lives Matters moment, Pura, between Basketball Wives and Real Housewives of Atlanta. I am loving this whole Black Lives Matter, say her name, Breonna Taylor. Okay, I'm loving all of that. I think it's absolutely perfectly splendid. But now, LA was one of the first cities to go on a major shutdown, and 4 months have passed by, and now the girls are ready to start back filming. Evelyn, her son, has gotten really, really big. He's so cute, little Lorenzo or something like that. He's so cute. It was so funny to see Malaysia getting her kids together. Like, you better stop bringing food up motherfucking stairs, so you're gonna get your ass beat. I was gagging at that. Phoebe got kids. I didn't know Phoebe had kids, and Phoebe got big kids. How old is Phoebe? OG and Kwame, they're still slow, still no kids, doing them. Jackie is hanging out with Little Dougie and Big Dougie. She's moved to Sacramento. She's no longer living in LA. And her husband and her son, she's juicing. They're kikiing. She's been doing #healthy living. And she just feels like the girls need to get back together. Like, damn, everything that's going on in the world, you bitches need to get y'all shit together and let's come together as one. Because one thing about it, COVID was real. 2020 was absolutely hurtful. And, you know, a lot of people lost a lot of people in 2020. And it's just very, very unfortunate. Shawnee's in Houston. Miles, the one that I love with the dreads, the dark-skinned son, he's in LA. I love me some Miles. I love him. I'm going to get his Instagram and follow him. I love me some Miles. That's period. Shawnee's talking to her daughter/son, Miera. I even put in my notes, I said, Miera, a whole boy. No shade. Now, I get it. I get the stud-tasticism. I get it. I'm here for it. But I said, look at her looking like a whole man. I said, but did she ever have an example of what a woman is? I mean, look at Shawnee in this scene. Shawnee looked about as manly as Shaq in this scene, child. Moving on, Kristen has moved to ATL with her child and her husband. She goes to see Jennifer. No, she goes to see Malaysia. I'm sorry, because Malaysia lives in Atlanta as well. Everybody just really needs some one-on-one women girl time. That's what it seems to be giving. Malaysia and Kristen, they sit down, they talk, they have a conversation. Cece and Byron, they finally got married, so good for them. Malaysia just doesn't feel like Cece is going to be around a group like that because she's gotten married now. But I definitely feel like Cece should be around. I mean, the title of the show is Basketball Wives, and I do feel like Cece is now a basketball wife. So I definitely feel like Cece should come around. I feel like Cece should definitely be relevant, but who knows? Malaysia has PTSD about her brother being shot, her 17-year-old brother who was a child. He was gunned down in LA by police officers. So she definitely watching all this shit on TV about Black Lives Matters and George Floyd and this, that, and the third. It's just really like fucking with her mental. And I understand that because the cops killing these innocent black people, these black men, is totally unfair. It's not right. It's tired. It's through. And there definitely needs to be a fucking change. But that's just so sad how her brother Dante was killed unarmed in the park. Kristen lets her know that she was a little bit disappointed because she didn't come to her, little Black Lives Matter protest or whatever. But Malaysia's just like, bitch, I just couldn't. Like, that shit really takes me out. So her and Kristen have this whole little heart to heart and all of that. Evelyn has got a new house in a gated community. And the house is super, super cute. We see Shanice, the builder whore. Hey, Shanice. And I just kind of feel like, Evelyn, don't be talking about, girl, I got me a new house because this OG shit. I want to stay safe. I want to say that. Just say that the checks have finally cleared from season 8 and season 7 of Basketball Wives. And you're now back around. And the money's come back in. You got your new house. And just say that, that little boy daddy, your ex-baby daddy, Carl, he's over 1501 with Megan and Erica Banks. So just say that the checks are clearing now. Just say the checks are clearing, bitch. You ain't that scared and about this shit with you and OG. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I do think it's sad that her stepdad Larry passed away. And I just feel overall 2020 was a horrible, horrible year. Kristen invites Jamari Robinson's mom over to her house to speak with Malaysia. She's an activist. Jamari was killed in ATL. This was just a very sad but powerful scene just to see this woman's strength, to see her speak life into Malaysia and try to encourage Malaysia. I thought that it was perfectly splendid and I was here for it. I do overall just feel like it's just really sad how these parents be losing their goddamn kids, This was a powerful moment. It was a beautiful moment. And in hindsight, it made Malaysia want to talk to her kids. And I just feel like, yeah, that's like overstood. Like, yeah, you can talk to your motherfucking kids. All black people talk to your children about what's going on because this shit is getting hectic out here. Evelyn, next we see Evelyn. She's going to be getting a mansion for the girls to get together in Kiki. Everybody has been focused on staying COVID-free, and everyone has to get tested, okay? We see that Jackie's going to come, and they show the flashback of when they were in Puerto Rico, and Jackie called Phoebe a molly-popping nincompoop, or was it Costa Rica? It was fucking hilarious. I was dead at that. I thought that was a hilarious little Kiki, little funny moment. Next we see that Jen is back. And I'm just like, damn. All these hoes are up there moving to ATL. Okay, honey? ATL is the place to be. ATL is the tea. And ATL is just that, honey bunny. Parapoo. She been working out and shit. Just trying to keep her mind right. Next we see Kristen goes to see Jennifer. Kristen said that she still likes Jennifer. She has no problem with Jennifer. Like, they still kiki and have a good time. Jennifer opens up that she's had COVID. They just talk about what they've been up to. Jennifer been traveling, going back and forth all around the world. That's how your motherfucking ass called COVID. You're not being safe. You're not taking the proper protocols. And you look stupid as fuck catching COVID. I do feel like Jen looks perfectly splendid. She looks the best. Well, I expect nothing less from Jen, but style and fashion. She looks the best in her confessional. I love that all white with the big pearl earring. Some nigga she used to fuck with done stole her car. She gave him her Range Rover. Girl, you can't trust these men in Atlanta. First of all, these men in Atlanta are scam artists. They DL. And they tied him through. So the fact that Jennifer done trusted this man and gave this man her car. Jennifer has always been weak-minded. She's always been a follower. So I wasn't, shocked that she done gave this man that she met her car. But apparently there's been other shit going on in her relationship that she's going to be doing a memoir about. And I'm like, Jennifer, I don't know if you want to do that. Do you want to look like a stupid ass bitch? But if you do you. But I just think it's weak and lame. Apparently Jackie wants to get a house. When you got the coin, you can do that. So, Evelyn, you can have your house, bitch. But I'm going to get a separate house for me, OG, and Jennifer for the outcast. And I feel like kudos to Jackie for doing that. Because we definitely need OG and Jennifer around. I will become bored with just Malaysia and Evelyn and Phoebe. And Liza with her big jaw. Definitely. And with Kristen, I will be bored. So, thank you for bringing on OG and Jennifer. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And she's invited Jen. So Jen is pretty much telling Kristen this tea. Kristen's blown away because she's like, damn, I can't believe Jackie trying to get a house too. I do kind of feel like in this same scene, Kristen, girl, bye. Like Jennifer said, this is my house. If I want to say them bitches, them hoes, whatever I want to say, because Jennifer was just explaining to Kristen, because Kristen's like, ooh, I'll come, but I just want Jackie to be sober. And what's her name? And Jen's just like, well, girl, these bitches is unpredictable, boo, boo, boo. And Kristen trying to be like, well, don't say bitch. Don't say bitch. And, you know, because, you know, Malaysia's her family. That's her people. And Jennifer said, girl, this is my house. Like, bitches throwing tables. Bitches doing this. Bitches doing that, girl. What I say, I can say what the fuck I want to say, bitch. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, pussy hoe. And I was gagging. This is my house, bitch. Period. Be prepared for the unknown. I love how Jen got Kristen together. Girl, this is my house. How you go? Girl, I can say what I want to say in this bitch. That's pure poo. Next we see OG's cooking dinner for her mom and her two brothers and Kwame. I love the brother Chukwudi and the red hat. He's fine down. I ain't studying. The other brother, she's been going to court against Evelyn, having this whole situation, and she's just talking to her family about it. They speak life into her. They build her up. And they told her to go on the trip, just stay away. And the fact that Jackie's getting a separate house, I think that that's perfectly splendid. So, for me, that's lit, that's lit, that's lit. Kristen calls Evelyn and fills Evelyn in on the tea about Jackie getting the house. Evelyn is completely blown away, but who cares about Evelyn's opinion? Girl, you don't run nothing, period. Another shut the fuck up Kristen moment. If OG feels like it's colorism and she feels like it's this and it's that because she's a darker complexion woman, you can't tell a bitch how to feel. Shut up, Kristen. Just because you're a darker brown skinned girl and you probably, I've never experienced it. Okay, you probably did, bitch, but just because you haven't experienced it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, ho. Shut up. It's just not happening for you in this moment. Ain't nobody studying you, Kristen. Please don't start irritating me, Kristen. Y'all already know I can't stand Kristen. Kristen irritating. Ho, why is you hurt? Hell. I feel like she's still trying to be in the circle and be one of the cool girls. And